I'm Sean with Boys of the North, and we're back at it again with another epic camp out. I just spent the last 2 days biking, hiking, and camping in the beautiful mountain wilderness here. We did a hammock camp on a cliff with this beautiful view with the Peregrine Falcons flying overhead and rattlesnakes crawling underneath. In this week's adventure, I'm heading deep into the heart of Pennsylvania's Pine Creek Gorge, or PA Grand Canyon. I'll be bikepacking and hiking up the forested mountains and cliffs that are carved into the Allegheny Plateau. I highly doubt you'll want to miss this one. Riding by a hunt club here where you can actually, there's all types of exotic animals to hunt, and there's a giant wild boar right there. Holy, wow, that's a big guy. Look at the size of these boar. Big old pig. Gotta see if I can make it to the overlook by dark here. I got some biking ahead of me and some hiking ahead of me. Very steep hiking, very steep biking as well. So we'll see what type of time I make on this. All right. Got a little red F salamander here. Been seeing quite a few of those around lately. We got a ton of rain last night, and that brought out a lot of the salamanders. Salamander.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah, he's alive.
Oh.
I was just letting him cross. Okay. I'll make sure he doesn't run back.
Alright.
Yep. Yep, see ya. Have a good one. Just had to save that red F salamander from certain death by tire. He's not in a good way. He's crossing the middle of the road. I think we're gonna redirect him here to get off this road so nobody else comes along. But there he goes. Now he's moving. Man, I don't think there's anything more satisfying than quenching your thirst on a hot day. That was some pretty steep back road there that I had to push my bike off. There's no way I can ride up that, especially with all this gear. Got all my bike packing gear on here. Fork bags and back bags on my pannier, so I'm weighted down pretty good. I tried to go as light as possible since I'm going to be hiking in a good 5 miles to get to this ledge. The area has a ton of black bear. They've actually reported multiple sightings on this trail. This trail doesn't get used a whole lot. I don't think it's maintained, or it's kind of a local gem. And we're going to check it out, see what it's about. Whew! Back up. Now we're heading back up. A lot of these woods up in here get logged. There's also some old growth timber, some 200-year-old trees. See if we come across any. Tons of rattlesnakes. The area is on a ledge, rocky outcroppings everywhere. I would say we're most likely going to see one. I'm not even quite sure what I'm looking for here. It's supposed to be like a little trailhead, but I think it's going to be quite a bit of bushwhacking. Not too many people use this trail, so this could be it. I'm not really sure, as I've never been here before. I just have a few screenshots to go off of, so let me take a look at these screenshots, see if this is the trailhead. All right, this looks like it. I've made it to the trailhead. Been getting bit by black flies and mosquitoes. I hope they're not too bad tonight. That's one thing I did not bring is a mosquito net, and I may pay for that, but I'm thinking if I'm high enough on the ledge, it's windy enough, I won't get too bad of mosquitoes. So I gotta find somewhere to throw this bike in that's pretty good and secluded here where it won't be found. I'm in the middle of nowhere, but you never know. So I'm gonna stash it, and then when I hike out tomorrow, I'll grab it again and bike out of here. Pretty thick back in here, so it should be a good spot. So this trail's pretty overgrown. I think I might throw some pants on just in case. There's nettles, stinging nettles, and all types of overgrown stuff. Well, not good. I took all the gear out of my pannier bags on my bike and threw it into one giant waterproof backpack, and it's filled to the brim. Plus I'm bringing all these cold drinks with me so I have enough to drink. I decided not to bring the water filter, and I'll be up high on the ledge and won't be any water around unless I go down in the gorge. So I did bring a lot to drink since it's so hot, and that's gonna wear me down on this hike. So hopefully it's not too bad. It says it's one of the toughest hikes on the whole state, so we'll see what's happening with it. The difficulty is extreme on this trail. Might be some pretty serious hiking, a lot of up and down, so might have to cross a stream or so. Hopefully the water's not too high. We've been getting a ton of rain the past few days here. Thunderstorms, all the rivers and creeks in the area are super high right now, and we might have to cross one on this trail, so we'll see what happens. All right, here we go. Wow. Oh my gosh. This thing is super awkward. There's a little bit of a trail there, so that's got to be it. This trail reminds me of like a portage through on a lake, a portage. Pretty thick stuff. Might be some bushwhacking. This trail's pretty much overgrown. I think our percentage of seeing a snake is about 100%. As I'm walking along here, I can hear some moving water down below in this creek gorge here. Little ravine here. It's got some moving water in it. There's also a campsite down lower, which may be another option if I just stay at that campsite for the night and then get up early in the morning and hike up to the top of that ridge. Oh, there's a deer. That deer took off. I did not bring a fishing rod with me, so if I stumble upon some epic trout holes back in here, I'm gonna be pretty mad. I don't believe the creek's that big though. You never know back in these mountains though. Sometimes you'll just find these deep holes back in here and be a big trout sitting in there. I just love coming up in these mountains. It's a perfect outdoor paradise. Just tons of woods. You could spend days hiking around in these backwoods and driving back roads, hiking, biking, fishing, swimming holes and waterfalls. I mean, it's as close as you get to the wilderness on the East Coast, for sure. Get some of that sweat off me and bugs that were biting in the back of my head. Well, the trail just kind of ends at this creek here. There's got to be a trail on the other side somewhere, but it's not very big. And I don't have GPS, I'm just looking at a picture here, screenshot, so hopefully I can find it. I've got about 2.5 hours left of daylight, so I've got to make it up to that ridge in the next 2 hours. Not much of a trail, but I think this is it. Those stinging nettles. Man, I am so glad I put these pants on. Let me tell you, a whole field there is stinging nettles on the hillside. Oh, there's a little frog. Whoa. Yeah, this trail isn't much. I mean, it's rocky and there's not very good footing at all. Most people would not be able to do this trail for sure. But that last stealth camp I did, I got stung by the stinging nettles walking in with my bike through the woods, and man, my leg was irritated for that whole camp out. This whole trail is all small rocks, very hard to walk on, so steep. Keep like rolling my ankle and sliding. You tumble down this, you're gonna go for a long ways before you stop. Gotta really watch my footing here. It's all super wet too. The whole forest is just soaked from last night's thunderstorm. All right, we're getting closer. I can see the open skyline of the gorge up ahead. We're getting there. We're making progress. So there should be a trail. I go up the hill here. That's what it seems like I should be going here. Got all this mountain laurel thickets up here. Deer love hiding in this stuff. Rhododendron and mountain laurel. The perfect bedding area for deer and other creatures of the forest. This is more like a deer trail now. The laurel thicket. Whew. All right, where's this trail? Just gotta climb up this ledge. We'll be up to the spot. This is really high. Reminds me of mountains out west or the Rockies. How steep it is. Well, I'm gonna take a break right here before we make our finishing ascent. Sitting here, I was just thinking, how bad would it stink if this pack just started rolling down this gorge? Look at these beautiful pines. See, these type of rocky ledges are where you see rattlesnakes at. They come out and sun on the ledges here. Well, after that steep climb, looks like it's finally starting to flatten out. We might just be on the top. Wow. It was a climb up here, but worth the view. Check it out. I think there's an even better ledge over here that I'm gonna go check out. It's the Peregrine. Wow. Wow. I've never seen one before. What a beautiful spot, and that bird. That is one beautiful view there. Wow. Okay, the Paragan finally landed in a tree. So hopefully I'm not messing the spot up too bad. I got to be super careful here. This is one steep cliff. If a rock were to give out or if I slip and fall here, it is a long drop. Look at that. I've been wanting to see a peregrine so bad. I love peregrine falcons. I hope I'm not disturbing them too bad. Well, I'm going to check out this whole area here in this ledge on the top of the mountain. Looks like there's a couple different lookouts. Had quite the climb to get up here. My legs are sore, that's for sure. That hammock's going to feel nice tonight. Unreal. After almost being wiped off the face of the earth by DDT back in the 70s, it is awesome to see that the Peregrine Falcons have made the comeback they have, and now they're on the rim of the canyon here, reproducing naturally. They used to use DDT in all the fields for pest repellent, and come to find out it made their eggs, it didn't kill them, but it made their eggs soft. So every time they sat on their eggs, the egg would break, and that means no new raptors ever born. That sun's just going over the horizon now. For hundreds of years, the Indians would walk along the Pine Creek. I'm sure they stood up on the same ledge overlooking. I'd like to imagine Indians standing here 300 years ago, back in the 1700s. They would see the same view that I see. Bigger trees, because there would have been chestnut trees, American chestnut, but still a beautiful, pristine wilderness. Look at that. Got this old pine tree hanging on for dear life on this rock face here. As far as I can see, there's no sign of civilization at all. There's nothing that tells me man was here. In fact, the only thing that tells me man was here is a plane flying over. as far as I can see in either direction. Not a single structure, no lights, nothing man-made. Whoa. Well, I could definitely hear a rattlesnake rattling down in that cliff. So I think I can run a hammock from this pine to that pine. It's pretty close, but I should be able to lay out and not be too folded up. Some really bad gnats hitting my head. Probably wish I would have bought that bug net. Hoping they die down. Once it gets dark and colder, maybe the gnats won't bite as bad. These bugs are bad. Peak Refuel. I've never tried this brand before. Chicken pesto pasta. I've heard good things about it. I'm gonna give it a go. Not really a huge fan of Mountain House, but I have had good luck with Packet Gourmet. A little bit better quality dehydrated food, so I think this one's pretty good too, so we'll give it a go. Hopefully it works out. Doesn't look too bad. Got some chicken in there. Looks like real chicken pesto. I love chicken pesto, so only thing I'm not sure about is how many milliliters are in 2/3 cup. Have to look that one up. Okay. I can hear a barred owl off in the distance, just like last camp. Peregrine making a little call at night. Hopefully I'm not blowing up his spot too much. Seems like that peregrine's further up in the cliffs that way. I can hear him off in the distance. Oh yeah. Pineapple soda. That was so good. Man, this is gonna be good whatever it is, because I'm pretty depleted after all hiking all that miles and biking. It was quite a hike in here. I don't think I've hiked anything so steep ever. Being deer hunting, I definitely went up some pretty high mountains, but this takes the cake. Let's see. Oh yeah, it smells good. It smells like some home-cooked meal there, some homemade pasta. Look at that. Oh man. Oh yeah.
It's not bad at all. It's really good. It has good flavor. For dessert, we got some Oreo dirt pudding that I packed in. Had to have a good dessert after all those calories burned. I sat here eating with my boots off. I took them off, sit and relax, let my feet air out. I go to put them back on, and sure enough, there's a North American giant millipede right on it. Look at that guy. I thought I would see them again. This is a very similar area to where I camped a few weeks ago on the top of the gorge as well. Ay, ay, ay. Well, he's about to get evicted because I gotta put my boots on. I didn't like that. Get out of here. I'm sitting here and it's a super bright night because the moon is almost full. You can see the shadow of the moon just kind of hitting that whole gorge on the one side. And there's multiple owls hooting back and forth throughout the gorge. That was really cool to hear. I was sitting up here and a giant tree fell to the ground, crashing through the forest, knocking other trees down. I could hear it all happen. And then it nailed the ground and stopped. I don't know what it is with these millipedes, man. They like the fabric or what, but now I got one on my hammock strap. He's gonna walk right down the hammock, right to where I'm sleeping, so gotta get him. Come on, get out of there. Oh. Those guys are everywhere. No one on this tree. Get out of here. There was a rattlesnake right here. Look at that guy. Oh my gosh. Wow. I was just sitting right here. That was a bit wild. I'd been sitting here with my boots off for the longest time, sitting right on the ground on this little rock ledge. I get up to go pee and come back, and sure enough, there's a rattler cruising right through camp here. He actually went in a hole over there, so I'm going to be sleeping about 8 feet from a rattler. I think I'm going to move my hammock up. Nice rattler just cruising through camp. That was perfect timing. I mean, I couldn't ask for better timing. But I'm hoping he doesn't come back out. Hopefully he stays there. Look at how close this guy is. So here's my hammock right here. And there's the snake. It's a super clear night. Full moon is out. I can see throughout the canyon the reflection of that moon just lighting up the whole canyon. And off in the distance I hear multiple owls calling. It's pretty cool. Hopefully that rattler doesn't come mess with me. I'm gonna knock out here, wake up early in the morning, try and catch the sunrise over the canyons. Well, that temperature drop last night was pretty warm until about 3 a.m. this morning. It started getting cold in my sleeping bag. Had to hunker in. 51 degrees. It gets light out super early. It's only 5:45 right now. It's super bright. The Peregrine Falcon was just flying through the mist. It was so awesome. It was like the coolest thing I've ever seen, actually. The Peregrine Falcon was just shooting through that mist, landed on the cliff over there. Pretty crazy night. Had rattlesnake come right through my camp. I mean, I was literally sitting right on this rock barefoot for like 3 hours cooking and just kind of watching out over the gorge. Both peregrines are on this cliffside over here. I can see both of them. That was awesome. I was laying in my hammock and one flew like right up to the tree and saw me at the last second and took off. Got a close-up view of the fastest animal on earth. This is like some Last of the Mohicans type stuff here. That peregrine's on the rock slide over there. Pretty tough to beat it though, man. I mean, this has been an epic adventure so far. I've had peregrines flying over, slept 5 foot from a rattlesnake. Dude, that was so cool. That peregrine just dive bombed a small bird. I don't know if he got it or not, but he went down hard after it. Brown sugar Pop-Tarts for breakfast this morning. Those clouds just keep fluctuating up and then back down and up and back down. Now they're really rising. Now we're engulfed in the mist. Well, it took a bit, but the fog has finally lifted off the gorge. Can finally see the creek now. I'm all packed up. I think I'm gonna do the long trek out of here, which it's a different way going out than I came in. Hopefully I can navigate it. It's not very marked at all. The fastest animal on earth, the Peregrine Falcon. So cool I can come out here and witness them in the wild. There's not too many spots like this. This is truly a special place. Nothing but wilderness. As far as the eye can see, not a single man-made structure, just all forest. Well, at least this trail's nice and wide. Following this old ATV trail through the woods. A little bit easier walking so far than yesterday. Well, I think I'm heading the right way. Got to get down to this creek and cross this creek down there and then go up the other side of the ravine to get to the road. There's so many intersecting ATV trails. I'm not quite sure if I'm on the right one. I need this GPS to update. Try and give me an idea if I'm heading the right direction here. You get back in these woods in the summertime and it's thick. Can't really tell. See, I got just trail after trail back here. Man. I don't know if I'm on the right one. Well, there wasn't a defined trail to get back to where I needed to, but there's all these intersecting ATV trails. Looks like I'm on somebody's farm now. So I'm gonna walk this field, try and get back on the road. Then I gotta climb the mountain to get back to my bike. Wow. This is all open on a farm. Well, probably not good to be wearing orange today. It's not like it's hunting season. I'm gonna stand out like a sore thumb. Well, somehow I ended up in a farmer's tilled field. Okay, that's an odd sight. A telephone booth? What in the world? This is so like an ancient relic of times past right here. Well, I'm gonna keep moving off this farm and get to the road. Got the creek down there. I was supposed to cross that way back. Hopefully these farmers don't get mad at me. I'm just a lost hiker. Well, should have just went out the way I came in yesterday. Now I gotta hike all the way back up to that mountain. All the way up there. On top of that. Oh, now we're on a farm road. Oh man. The smells coming off that fan is not nice. Well, climbing the mountain now, I gotta go back up. I stashed my bag somewhere because it's getting a little too heavy. Stashed my bag in a farm field, so hopefully it's still there. It's getting heavy. I'm gonna head back up this mountain, grab the bike, and then shoot back down quick as possible. That overlook is not easy to get to, that's for sure. I basically just skipped all the steep parts and ended up going straight shot around the mountain out toward the farm fields on the outskirts. I'm walking around the mountain. So I probably walked further, but I did not walk the steep inclines with that backpack. So in some ways, kind of it worked out. I'll tell you what though, it sure is going to be nice getting off my feet, riding that bike downhill most of the way home. All right, there she is. Okay. Okay, all downhill from here.
right, now I gotta go get my gear. Hunting club. Buy your animal, pick it out, and go shoot it. Oh, I guess one just got shot. Jeez. Ooh, something got shot. Wonder what it was. Here, Brody. All right, well, that's a wrap for this epic camp out. I had about a 5-mile bike back to here. That's a wrap for my trip here. Thanks for watching Boys of the North, and as always, escape comfort.